And good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to Texas League Baseball here in South Texas. It is the second half of the 2026 Texas League season as we get you set for this short three-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, we are 7:14 on this evening as we're just about set to go for this first of three games. And so far, we are just about set for baseball to lead off a 9-game homestand. Well, anyway, our promotions tonight is no flying chocolates night here at the ballpark and $2 on everything, as that will be food and drinks and novelty items. It is $2 here at the ballpark. Series continues tomorrow evening as we'll have post-game fireworks getting ready for game 2 of this 3-game set. And then after that, Missions will play these guys one more time on Sunday as we get ready to conclude a 3-game series against Corpus Christi. Missions to stay home. They'll have the off day on Monday, and then Tuesday through next Sunday, we will take on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders. Missions after this homestand, they'll head to Amarillo, take on the Sod Poodles, and then turn around and come back home to take on the Springfield Cardinals. Go online now at missionsbaseball.com. Purchase and print your tickets. Download Bally Live and watch us all season long here on YouTube Live. Don't miss a live stream, whether we're home or on the go. Make sure you download that app and you can watch all your favorite Texas League teams. Well, anyway, I got to say, it's been one active week as we've been gone for the past 4 days, and so far after our conclusion there in Midland, boy, San Antonio has seen a lot of rain, about 6 to 7 inches worth of rain, and even tornadoes as well. We don't rule those out, but anyway, yes, it was real tragedy as we all look at what happened last Wednesday. And boy, I tell you, it was really serious, severe weather going on here in San Antonio. Well, the rain was falling, and then all of a sudden, a tornado just right outside of San Antonio was just right on the outskirts of town. And boy, it really messed things up on that cheery note. But anyway, as we get going here in this one, boy, tell you one thing, that was just a real wicked week. But now we're back here as we get going for this second half of 2026. And so far, we are just about set to go. Well, ready or not, here we go as we get things ready to get off to a good start this second half. And so far, Bob is not with us this week. He'll be gone for the rest of this homestand, and hopefully will meet us up in Amarillo when we get going. Well, Missions taking the field now as we get set for this first short 3-game series against Corpus Christi. Left-hander Jagger Haynes on the mound now for the Missions. Four-seam slider, a changeup getting ready to go as we get started for the second half of this regular season. And boy, I tell you, that 4 days off, it was not enough for a whole period of rest. But anyway, we are back at it. Second baseman Max Holley coming in now as we get set to go. And here is the first pitch. And we are underway of the second half. That one high fly out of play. It goes 0-1. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. That one high and inside. It's the count now 0-2. But they will argue that and see where that was. Now it's going to get overturned to a 1-1 count here in this one. Well, everybody playing 3-game sets tonight. Amarillo at Springfield, Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Midland at Northwest Arkansas, Tulsa at Frisco, Wichita at Arkansas.
Ball, that's upstairs.
And that's going to be right there to the pitch clock violation. The count now 2-1. Here's the 2-1 offering. That one is foul. It's 2-2. After Sunday, that will pretty much be it of these two ball clubs meeting each other. And that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. That is going to bounce the wall. And that's going to be a 2. Nope. It's going to go to a triple. Now Max Holy will reach third on a no-out triple. And boy, he gets in there, and Corpus Christi now has their runner at 90 feet away from scoring in to this point. Boy, tell you what, they are coming back and getting things going here this second half. Joseph Sullivan coming in now as he's ready to go. He'll take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Great crowd coming in, and don't forget, get your tickets this week, next week, and so far through the second half of this regular season. And that one is right there. The count now swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Anyway, we have received messages from Bob, and so far he will be out this week and next week as they prepare to bury his wife Ann at the San Antonio Cemetery. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one is foul. It's 0-2, still hanging on. Bob is watching from home, and gotta say, hope you are doing good, man. We sure do miss you here in the booth. That one is a high pop-up, straight away, out of play, and it goes foul. So still hanging on at 0-2. 0-2 offering, and that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away up to left field. Kai Murphy takes it himself. The run is in across the score on the sacrifice fly, and now Corpus Christi strikes first. It's 1-0. Garrett Golamente, the first baseman, coming in, set to go for Corpus Christi, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, early scores going on. Amarillo leads Springfield there at Blue River. 3-0, top half of the first inning. Tulsa leading Frisco. 2-0 against the Riders there at Statesman's Park. Wichita leading Arkansas 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch, and that one is a swing and a miss. They got him, and there's 2 up. Going to Jagger Haynes, and we'll give you the Corpus Christi starting lineups. Holy, Sullivan, Golamente will lead it off. Austin Strom Whitaker, Chavalone, Brown, and Encarnacion will round it out for Corpus Christi here this evening. Trevor Austin up next for the Hooks as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Well, I hope everybody had a nice, relaxing 4 days off. I guess the 4 days went by pretty quick, if you know what I'm saying. Evidently, we had our 6 games last week, concluding that first half there in Midland. Rockhounds did good. They took 4 of the 6. San Antonio down to their 2-game losing streak, losing that Saturday and Sunday. Boy, tell you what, just rough around the edges. They nearly won the ball game on that Sunday, but they lose to Midland in a final score of 6-5. Boy, that was just a close ball game right there. That one's going to be high in the air, and Carpathios tries to get it, and boy, he's going after it, still trying to run it down, And the runner going to third, Trevor Austin, has a 2-out triple. And boy, the Corpus Christi hooks are really coming in. And that is the second triple of the hooks lineup tonight. Boy, tell you one thing, getting pretty interesting here. Kellen Strom into the box now as he'll miss out that. The count now 0-1. Bob says, well, I tell you one thing, John. Those two triples, boy, they get lucky in a lot of things. Swing and a miss is 0-2. Got a pretty good night here tonight, and so far a beautiful sunset starting to get going. And the pitch, that one is high and outside for a ball. It's 1-2. Glad to be back here at the ballpark. Hope y'all all agree. 1-2. Swing and a miss. They finally got him. And that will conclude the half inning. Well, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head for the bottom of the first inning. Corpus Christi out in front. It's 1-0. Well, we'll be set to go as we'll lead off the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio. We come back here from this commercial messages. Don't forget also to check out West Creek Trail Rides here in San Antonio, located at 12230 West Creek Oaks Drive of San Antonio, Texas. Boy, make sure you give them a call, set up a reservation, westcreektrailrides.com, and you are good to go. Well, this proud broadcast is brought to you in part by our great friends there at Dr. Pepper, and a huge shout out to tonight's $2 night here at the ballpark as we get going. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go for the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio right now to the Missions Baseball Network. J.P. France, a right-hander, is out of the dugout on the mound now for Corpus Christi. And his ERA, 2 1/4. And a 1 whip of a 5 strikeout radius. But that right there looking pretty good for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Shortstop Clay Dungan coming in as he'll lead it off for San Antonio, and that one's going to be in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count now. J.P. France on the mound for Corpus Christi. That one is lofted out of play, foul. It's 0-2. Corpus Christi, Frisco, Amarillo, Springfield, Frisco, Northwest Arkansas. Springfield, Midland, and Amarillo to the lineup of the second half. Well, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the Missions here tonight. Dungan Robert Salas will lead it off. Sanabria, Carpathio, Schneal, Mondu, Murphy, and Verdugo rounded out for the Missions. Well, center fielder Kai Roberts coming in as he hits that one right there up to right field. That is a base hit. And San Antonio getting into the hit column now. Now the tying run sits there at first base. Getting pretty good if they could come in and get something going here tonight. Catcher Ethan Salas getting in. No balls, 1 strike. Beautiful evening here in San Antonio, and that one's going to be right there, foul. And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch. That one's going to be right there, back up the middle, through for the base hit. 2 back-to-back hits with just 1 away. And boy, they're starting to get something to cook here in this half of the inning. I tell you one thing, it gets pretty interesting when you see something like that go on. And here's the pitch. That one is high for the ball. It's 1-0. Romeo Sanabria coming in, the first baseman. One ball, no strikes. 2 on, 1 away. That one is popped up high in the air, straight away, and they can't get it. So now that will load the bases. And boy, that is 3 back-to-back hits for San Antonio. And boy, they are just trying to get something going. Now a grand slam would put them up top to a 4-1 lead. Braden Carpathios can get the job done, and let's see if he could get her going. That one outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Looking at JP France, he's got the bags loaded up. He doesn't have any more room to put nobody on bases. But now telling you one thing, a lot of heartbeats going through that prospect as he's got a lot of responsibility. Here's the pitch. That one is high fly in the air straight away up to right field. That is out of play. Foul. It's a 1-2. Tying run at 90 feet. The pitch right there is ricochets, and that will be the count now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch right there, and that one's going to go high in the air. Deep in. It's going. Gone! Grand slam by Braden Carpathios. And the Missions will take it from here. It's now 4-1. Boy, what a time of coming back from Midland and seeing that San Antonio can get something going. Right off the scoreboard, taking the lead. And now San Antonio has this lead 4-1. That one out of play, foul. It's 0-1 to Nick Schneal. Designated hitter for the Missions coming in. Last week in Midland. No balls and 1 strike, the count now. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air straight away. That one off to the wall. And here comes the run. And he is out at second, trying to stretch it. And there's 2 down. Nate Mondu coming in now as he's ready to go. And here's the windup and the pitch. And that one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. I bet you that manager is not happy as we look at him from the dugout. Looking over to his man on the mound. Right there in the end for a cold strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now to Nate Mondu. And a pitch. That one is lofted high in the air, straight away, and right to right field. That ends the inning. But Braden Carpathios gets a grand slam. So 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors through the half inning. And we hit for the second inning. San Antonio leads it 4-1. Well, Ty Whitaker is going to come in and get things going as we lead off the second. And we'll be right back in just a few moments. Well, about set to go for the top half of the second inning for Corpus Christi, and here is Ty Whitaker. They'll lead it off 6-7-8 against Jagger Haynes, and that one's going to be right there, line drive, and that is through for a base hit. Hits and runs coming to a small to mid-grade premium. But I tell you one thing, it's getting pretty good for both sides here tonight as they tried to compete to the start of this second half. Jason Chavalone coming in now as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Pretty good, as last week the Rough Riders took on those Hooks. No balls, one strike. The pitch. Right there down the chute. It's 0-2. San Antonio did really good there in Midland, but surrendered 4 of those games straight to the Rockhounds. That one lined out of play. It's 0-2, still hanging on. Evidently, we have 2 more after tonight against Corpus Christi. 6 with the Frisco Rough Riders next week, and then a road trip to Amarillo coming up. One down here is Marcus Brown. Brown coming in, ready to go, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Brown starting his Double-A performance for the Double-A Astros in a Corpus Christi uniform. The 0-1 offering. And that one's going to be skied high in the air, straightaway, out of play. It's 0-2. Boy, to tell you one thing, Tulsa doing pretty good there at Rough Riders territory, called Statesman's Park. Boy, Rough Riders getting in to break the no tie and stuff. Tulsa leading that game 3-1. That one out of play. It's 0-2, still hanging on. Wichita leading the Arkansas Travelers 3-2. Northwest Arkansas leads Midland 1-0. Boy, and you look at Amarillo, boy, they are really getting in and hitting the baseball well there in Springfield. The score is 6-0 Sod Poodles, top of the second inning. 1-2, here's the pitch. And that one's going to be crushed. High in the air, deep to right field. Boy, that one is carrying. It is gone. And Marcus Brown, first Double-A hit. And he puts in a pair. It's now 4-3. Still trailing this game by a run is Corpus Christi. Just a powerful hit from number 14, Marcus Brown. 398 foot, over a 99.9 exit velocity on that. Yamal Encarnacion coming in now as he's ready to go. And the pitch is right there and out of play. It's 0-1. Boy, he bunts attempts at fastball right there, and so far, I got to say, that was not too good on the bunt. They call it the unsuccessful bunt. And that one is going to be out of play. It's the count now, 0-2. Now, Bob has said that he's seen that tornado, and boy, tell you one thing, that was crazy week last week. High in the air, straight away up to the second baseman. And that is out number 2. Boy, Rosemond Verdugo and Marcos Castañon getting those balls up to AAA during that first half to El Paso. Miss him guys a lot. We were going to give them gold gloves, but anyway, get your ballots now at Missions Baseball. Know that you are only allowed one ballot. Vote for the person you want receiving the gold glove. High in the air to the left fielder, Kai Murphy, and that will do it. 2 runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left, as it is now 4-3 San Antonio. Well, we're back here as Kai Murphy leads it off for the Missions when we come back here in this one. Well, we now head to the bottom of the second inning, right now to the Missions Baseball Network. Leading it off for San Antonio, the 8-hole batter, Kai Murphy. 8-9-1 due up against J.P. France, and that is outside as 1 ball, no strikes. Just a beautiful night here in San Antonio, but most evidently after all the rain we got last week, it'll get nice and hot, humid, all types of stuff. Right there, ground ball straight away second. Throws down to first, and in time, out number 1. Murphy being retired after that hit. Second baseman Luis Verdugo coming in now. Here's the windup and the pitch. High pop up straight away. High in the air, right field gets it, and that is out number 2. Boy, that was a weak fly contact type baseball right there, and now here he is, the shortstop Clay Dungan. Boy, Wichita and Arkansas tied 3-3 in the bottom half of the second inning. Northwest Arkansas leading the Rockhounds by 1-0 there at Riverboat Field. So far, San Antonio doesn't go to Midland anymore this year, which that's kind of sad. Franco Park is one heck of a good baseball stadium for the Rockhounds, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, that is a base hit. Rolls all the way to the wall, and Clay Dungan reaches second with a 2-out double. That's double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of Whataburger. Boy, and so far just a really good camera shot of where that ball landed, and it was right inside the line. So that counted fair. Ty Roberts, the center fielder, coming in. 1-for-1 single tonight. Pretty good for the Missions. But anytime now, the San Antonio Missions will receive the 2027 schedule, hopefully within a few weeks from now. Also returning to the roster is Francisco Acuna. Acuna will definitely be back before too long. Just received word from his doctors, and he plays it right there in time. Out at first, incomplete, and that will be out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio, and we head to the 3rd inning. It is 4-3 here in this one. Well, Joseph Sullivan will lead it to the top of the 3rd for Corpus Christi when we come back. Well, about set to go for the top half of the 3rd inning here in San Antonio. Right now to the Missions Baseball Network. Joseph Sullivan coming in now, 2-3-4, due up against Jagger Haynes as we lead off the half inning. That one is high, pelted deep to left field. Boy, that is going to carry. It is gone. And that 3-run lead evaporated, and we are tied again. It's now 4-4. Oh, man, don't you hate it when something like that comes in and you say, oh, we got a 3-run lead. They can't catch up. Au contraire, mon ami, they're going to get you either way. But I tell you what, it's getting pretty interesting, this ball game. Garrett Golamente coming in now is 0-for-1. Northwest Arkansas leading the Rockhounds 3-0. That one ripped foul. It's 0-1. 0-for-1, a strikeout to this Corpus Christi first baseman. The 0-1 offering. And that's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. We're tied ball game here in the Alamo City. The 0-2 offering. Right there, called 3rd strike. They got him. And that's a backwards K to Jagger Haynes, his 4th of this half inning. Boy, pretty good on that one. Hot corner man, Trevor Austin, 1-for-1 triple last time around. Wind up and the pitch. And that one's going to be yanked foul. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-2. Hope you guys come out to the ball game and enjoy yourselves this 3-game series week. Don't forget that Tuesday through next week, it'll be 6 against the Rough Riders. That one right there. Passes to the pitcher, Jagger Haynes. He covers the bag at first, and he gets the second out. And boy, that's how teammates can help one another. Getting in and get the divided play right there. Take that one to first base to Jagger Haynes. Kellen Strom coming in, hits that one high fly in the air. And that is up to Carpathios. He'll make the play, ends the half inning. Joseph Sullivan ties up the ball game on this hit right here. And boy, we go now to the bottom of the third. We're tied 4-4. We're about ready to go as the catcher Ethan Salas comes in. As we get ready to go for the half inning for San Antonio, coming up right after our breaks. Well, about set to go for the bottom of the third, right here for the Missions Baseball Network. Ethan Salas coming in now as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1, 3-4-5 due up against JP France. Wind up and the pitch. And that one's going to be pelted high in the air. Boy, that is going to get down for extra bases. And Salas going to second has a stand-up double. And everybody tonight getting into the ball game here at Nelson Wolf, getting those double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of the Missions here tonight for Ethan Salas. Romeo Sanabria coming up now. And a pitch to him, and that's going to be right there high in the air. Out of play, foul. It's 0-1. 1-for-1 single by Sanabria tonight. Boy, JP France and Ty France, brothers. Even though Ty France is all the way up in, somewhere, I bet you he's still up in the Padres organization. Here's the pitch. And that one, 12-inch curve is high for a ball. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one right there hit the first. In time moves up the runner just 90 feet. Boy, San Antonio's got their 5th runner. And hopefully Braden Carpathios could get something going. Here's the man of a grand slammer. It's the right fielder, Braden Carpathios. And that's going to be right there. Ground ball up to the right field area for a hit. And that will bring home the run. And now he's got a 5th RBI of the night for San Antonio. Boy, a grand slam and a single got him going. And boy, I tell you, this guy, if he continues to work really hard, he'll get that promotion to AAA baseball as well. Nick Schneel coming in now, 1-for-1 single. Rosman Verdugo and Marcos Castañon being the first 2 of this year called up to AAA baseball. 1-1 the count now. Boy, I tell you one thing, just a real knuckleball when you give up 2 prospects. And that one right there, high in the air. Boy, that is deep, that is wide, that is gone. And they are taking back the lead. Now it is a 3-run lead. Nick Schneel getting a 2-run home run right to center field. It's now 7-4. Boy, as these boys come home tonight from Midland, they are really getting something going. 436 over 105. Look at that. First of this second half is seeing the triple digits come out of the hat. Well, the manager is on his way out now, and so far that would do for J.P. Francis. He is out of this ball game, and so far he is done for tonight. Right-hander Christian Roa coming in now, as he doesn't have no ERA of any kind, but all zeros to that. Roa now pitching for Corpus Christi. Nate Mondu up now for San Antonio, comes in, takes that one outside for the ball. It's 1-0. 0-for-1 flyout. And, you know, besides that, he did pretty good there last week in Midland. Had a few home runs in that last cycle. That one right back up the middle, and that's through for a hit. Boy, Nate Mondu doing a pretty good job here in Double-A San Antonio, and so far glad he joined the Padres organization, and especially being a former Midland Rockhound. The Rockhounds also my favorite team in the Texas League too. And yes, won't forget San Antonio, because I know how some fans are. Well, do you like both teams? You know, you could go with both teams. Win or lose, they'll make you happy either way. But no balls and 2 strikes to Kai Murphy as he comes in. San Antonio 3 runs in this half inning. And that one's line drive straight up to center field, through for a base hit. Boy, and these boys come back home hitting tonight. Boy, getting a hit right there. Tim Bravo, the manager, coaching that first base area. That one high for the ball. It's 1-0. The second baseman, Luis Verdugo, now coming into the box. It's 0-1 for a flyout. You know, and I got to say, without Bob being here this week and next week, going to be pretty hard. And so far have to hold down the fort all by myself while he's gone. You know, and so far with the funeral preparations and all of this, and you know what Bob is going to do, well, we definitely keep him in our prayers in this one. That one line drive, that is a base hit going down. And boy, that is going to bring in a run. 2 runs, a 2-run double for Verdugo. Stretches the lead now to 5. It's now the Missions 9 and Corpus Christi 4. But he is watching tonight. He says, well, that was a well-defined hit right there by the second baseman. Bringing in 2 for the Missions, and here's the pitch inside. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 double by Clay Dungan. 5 runs already homed here to this half inning. Boy, San Antonio trying to get this first win of the second half against the Hooks. Well, the clouds looking like they're really coming in full effect of that sunset over there. That one right there, bouncy ball straight away, and that is through for a hit. Here comes a runner as he chances it, and he's across, and they tried to pick him off. It's an RBI single. Boy, San Antonio now getting into their double digits here tonight, making it a 6-run lead against Corpus Christi. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in, 1 for 2 with single. Here's the pitch, and that is in for a strike. It's 0-2. Fans from Corpus Christi are watching from beautiful Bayfront. The big, beautiful scoreboard. Pretty good as that. Here's the pitch, and that is strike 3 called, and that is out number 2. Well, Ethan Salas coming in 2 for 2, a double, a single, and 2 RBIs for tonight, which equals as 2 runs.
Ball, that's out.
1 ball and no strikes to count. And here's the pitch. That one right there, that's ground ball. They'll force out at second, and that ends the inning. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 1 left on as we head to the 4th inning. The Missions uphold the lead 10-4. And we go now to Tyler Whitaker as he comes in for the top of the 4th when we come back. Well, just about set to go for the top half of the fourth inning right now to the Missions Baseball Network. Welcome you back to this game here tonight. 10-4 lead for San Antonio as we start up the fourth inning for Corpus Christi. Ty Whitaker coming in against Jagger Haynes, 6-7-8. For the Hooks, the lineup. 0-1 offering. High pop-up straight away. And that will drift out of play foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 offering. And that one is pelted deep to center field. Watch it fly. It's gone. But they still trail at least 5 after that home run by Ty Whitaker. As San Antonio holds down the 5. But pretty good here in this one. A lot of home runs given into this ball game tonight. Jason Chavalone coming in now as he's going to hit that one high fly in the air straight away up to Carpathios as he'll make the play, and there's out number 1.
Number 14.
Marcus Brown, the shortstop coming in, was a 2-run shot back in the second inning. 1 for 1 of the night. Right there, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Our score here in San Antonio, it's the Missions 10, Corpus Christi 5. This game's still getting going here tonight. Slider downstairs, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch, that one high and outside. It's 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that is out number 2. 5th strikeout for the starter, Jagger Haynes. And here is Yomal Encarnacion. 0 for 1 by a pop out. So far, Amarillo 6-2 against Springfield there at Blue River Stadium. Northwest Arkansas leading the Rockhounds 3-2. Boy, Tulsa leading the Frisco Rough Riders 3-1. Wichita and Arkansas tied at 3-3. That one out of play. The count now 0-2. Everybody going this second half. No rain, no storms. I mean, after all of last week, seeing the flooding and boy, Kerrville, the same as last year, getting hit by flash flood waters. Boy, 10 to 15 inches of rain by that upper level low system that came through last week. San Antonio getting 6 and 7 of those inches. Boy, and even the tornadoes, we don't forget about that. There's a tornado right outside of 1604 and IH-10 going towards that interstate. And right there, a call, 3rd strike, and that does it. The half inning comes to an end. Well, Ty Whitaker getting a run, but that's not enough to get them caught up. But they'll still trail this game by 10-5. Romeo Sanabria will get things ready to rock and roll as we head for the bottom of the 4th, coming up for the Missions. Well, we're just about set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now to the Missions Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria leading it off here for San Antonio. 4-5-6 due up against Christian Roa. No balls and one strike. Wind up and the pitch. And here's the pitch right there. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Boy, if you come to this game, it's going to be the high scorer. And that's up to left field, and that is caught for the out. And there is one down. Texas Barbecue, our proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions Baseball. Here is right fielder Braden Carpathios. 5 RBIs and 2 runs, 2 for 2. Boy, tell you one thing, he's the grand slammer of this game. My vote would definitely be for him getting a Gold Glove this year for San Antonio. That one is right there, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So now another single for him comes in as he reaches first base safely. Designated hitter Nick Schneal coming in. And that one's high for a ball. It's 1-0. 2 for 2, home run single, 2 RBIs and a run. San Antonio 10, Corpus Christi 5 here in the game. Bottom of 4. That one is lofted high in the air, carrying well up to center, and not enough to get onto the ground. And that's caught by the center fielder for out number 2. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, coming in as 1 for 2 single. Now set to go here in this one. And a pitch. And that one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Wichita now taking a 2-run lead against Arkansas. It's now 5-3 in the top of the fourth. Right there, ground ball straight away, and no play. So that will be a hit, an error on Corpus Christi to the second baseman, or wherever that was. Yep, that was bobbled. Nope, shortstop had it. But evidently that shortstop will get the error. Boy, tell you one thing, that is not a room for recipe for making errors. But as you well know, that's costly when you make them. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in as he gets ready to go. 2-1, 2 out here in this half inning. And that one is outside, 1-1. Here's a 1-1 offering, and that one's going to be pelted high in the air. And boy, that is going to get down. That'll score in the run. And now it's 11-5 ball game. Boy, the double digits continue in this one as that was right off to the base of the outfield wall. And here comes the skipper now as that's going to do for Christian Roa, as that will be his time in relief coming to an end as they'll switch it to a new arm for Corpus Christi.
Now pitching.
Right-hander Glenn Otto Jr. coming in. Slider, sinker, four-seam, 12-6 curve. A circle change right-hander getting in. Otto Jr. now pitching for the Hooks as we get ready to go here in this one. Second and third, here is Luis Verdugo greeting up the new arm, Glenn Otto Jr., as that's taken well in the inside. It's 0-1. Verdugo was the 1 for 2 RBI double in the second inning. Or was it the third inning? I do apologize. I'm looking at that wrong. That one is lofted high in the air. Boy, that one's carrying, and that's going to score in another 2. And San Antonio has a 2-run double by Verdugo, and it's now 13-5. Boy, these boys are really playing baseball tonight. Boy, we saw 5 cop cars and 1 first responders. And here's the pitch. That one is right there. The count now 1-0. 2 for 3 double single by shortstop Dungan. Boy, it gets dark as you have these high-scoring affairs, and daylight really passes you by when you're having so much fun here at the ballpark. Kids are out there at the lazy river, our built-in new, like, get in and stay cool type of water resort over there to the left field wall. Boy, tell you one thing, stay cool on these hot days ahead, because it's going to be hot through this week and into the rest of this summer. Well, a 2-run RBI. Boy, a lot of runs come in across to score the half inning. And we head to the 5th. San Antonio leads it 13-5 here in this one. Well, we have arrived to the top half of the 5th inning here in San Antonio, and we'll lead it off with Max Holy. 1-2-3 against Jagger Haynes. And the pitch is right there in the chute. It's 0-1. San Antonio 13-5 here in this game. Boy, double digits for the Missions tonight. Boys are really playing the ball really great tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, they got him. And there is 1 down. 7th strikeout for Jagger Haynes tonight. He is coming in strong for the Missions. Boy, these guys are really getting going here tonight to preserve the W. Joseph Sullivan coming in will take an inside strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that one is lofted high in the air. Mondu under it makes a play, and that is out number 2.
Now batting first baseman, number 10.
And now Garrett Gulamente as he comes in. Here's the windup and the pitch. Right there, a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts here tonight. Boy, to tell you one thing, getting pretty interesting for San Antonio. Boy, double-digit game. leading 7 runs ahead of Corpus Christi. Here is the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss. They got him and blew it right by him. The 8th strikeout for Jagger Haynes closes off this half inning. No runs hit to errors and nobody left on for the Hooks as we go bottom of 5. San Antonio leads at 13-5. About set to go as center fielder Kai Roberts will lead us off here for the bottom of the 5th coming up. Well, just about set to go as we'll lead it off for the bottom of the 5th inning here tonight for San Antonio. Here is center fielder Kai Roberts. Take that one upside, and the count now 1-0. Alacar Teneros and Rodney Munoz, 2 right-handers to warm up in the Hooks bullpen. Beautiful San Antonio skyline as we all look at it. Tower of America's right there. At least this year, next year, and maybe a brand new ballpark coming up in 2028. But even though love this ballpark, Nelson Wolff Stadium opened in 1992. And San Antonio was a minor league, and even though different affiliates, Ethan Salas coming in 2 for 3, a double, a single and 2 runs tonight. That one is foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here in this game. And the pitch. And that one's going to be foul. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be right there to second for 1. And they get them both. That's a double play. 4-6-3 to boot. And that is 2 down. Romeo Sanabria, 1 for 3 single here this evening. And that one is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The pitch right there, and that's going to get down for a line drive up the left field through for a hit. So a 2-out single continues the half inning. Well, Braden Carpathio, 3 for 3, 5 RBIs. And that one, ooh, that hit him. And in time by a footstep, and that gets the inning to come to an end. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. And we are up to the 6th inning coming up. It is 13-5 here in this one. Well, halfway through this ball game as we give you the inline look of the first half. And so far, got to say, it's going pretty good. Demolition derby tonight for both sides of these crews. Boy, they are really hitting the ball well in this contest. San Antonio trying to push to their 42nd win of the season. Boy, losing 4 of that 6 games last week in Midland caused San Antonio to go down to 4th place. Well, here's your line look as we get set to go for the top half of the 6th inning, 13-5 here in this ball game. Boy, a lot of fans in this audience tonight. Kids still out of school and, still enjoying the summer vacation. But all knowingly, it will be middle half or early August getting in, going back to school. Here's the 0-1 offering, and that one's going to be high fly in the air straight away. And Carpathios runs it down out in there in foul grounds, and that is out number 1.
Right fielder, Kellen Strom.
Kellen Strom coming in, and by golly, just pretty good here in this one. Boy, now Jagger Haynes now up to 70 pitches. And that one's going to be out of play, foul. It's 0-1. Well, he'll finish off this half inning strong, and so far they'll say yes to that. And all knowingly, a pitcher gets 60 to 75 on his pitch limit. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one's going to be high fly in the air. Center field Roberts runs it down, and in time is out number 2. Boy, Amarillo leading Springfield 6-3, top of the 5th inning. San Antonio leading 13-5 here tonight in the Alamo City. Northwest Arkansas leading Midland 3-2. Tulsa leading Frisco 4-1. Top of the 5th inning. Wichita leading Arkansas 5-3. And they're the top of the 5th for them. They're at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. High in the air straight away. Roberts gets that one, and he pulls it down, and that ends the half inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Corpus. 6.5 here tonight, and the Missions lead it 13-5. So we're about set to go as Nick Schneal comes in as we get ready to go here the next half inning. Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the sixth inning here. Leading it off, Nick Schneal coming in for San Antonio. 6-7-8 due up against Glenn Otto Jr. will take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Missions holding a 13-5 lead here in this one. Ground ball straight away to second as that will bounce. And up to first as that's out number one. Schneal goes down for the first out. Third baseman Nate Mondu coming in. 1-for-3 single. Boy, nighttime starting to creep in on this ballpark. And that is lofted high in the air, straightaway center. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Ty Murphy.
Well, the manager's coming in now as that's going to do for Glenn Otto Jr. Third reliever of the night is getting out of this ball game. And so far, they're going to switch it around to somebody else.
Now pitching.
Fourth in a rotation, Elmacar Chineros, as he'll come in, a four-seam slider and a sinker. Chineros now pitching for Corpus Christi. Boy, just tell you one thing, they go up, in, and around here tonight. Ty Murphy lean it off as he'll face off the new right-hander, Chineros. And that's going to be high fly in the air, straightaway center, and that will do it. One pitch, one high fly, ends the half inning, and that will do to the side retired. Seventh inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 13-5. We'll be right back here in this one as Jason Chavalone will lead it off to the seventh inning for the Corpus Christi Hooks, and we'll be right back. Well, we go to the seventh inning for Corpus Christi, right here to the Missions Baseball Network. Well, before we get started, Jagger Haynes will depart this half inning. And so far now into it is Evan Fitterer coming into the second half start. Right-hander comes, four-seam curveball, a changeup, and a slider. Fitterer now pitching for San Antonio as we get set for this half inning. Jason Chavalone coming in now as he'll greet up the new arm Fitterer. We'll take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Corpus Christi down to their final 9 outs tonight here in San Antonio here in Game 1. That one out of play. It's 0-2. No score change through the Texas League, but keeping everybody up to date on everything. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to be line drive, and that will be a no-out double for Chavalone as he comes into a no-out double. Boy, what a good hit for that. Marcus Brown coming in now as here's the pitch to him. We'll take an inside strike. It's 0-1. 1 for 2, a home run, 2 RBIs to that home run that he had earlier. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be driven up nicely up the center. And that will hit for Kai Roberts. Boy, don't have to move anywhere as he makes that really great play. Yamal Encarnacion coming in now, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out. Here's pitch, and that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. I don't really think Yamal has really enjoyed getting that one, but hopefully he'll take it like a man and say, okay, I'll get that one. Right there, that is down. The runner from second comes in, and that's going to be, ooh, ouch, they got him. 2 down as he tried to stretch it to a double. And boy, that was just a really good one. Run in to score, a pickoff on second base, and by golly, that was just interesting to see. Well, that's the inning as that concludes, and so for the first 7th inning stretch here, the first half, get up and stretch them legs now. It's 13-6. Well, we'll get set to go as Luis Verdugo will get things ready for San Antonio when we come back. Well, hope y'all have had a pretty good seventh inning stretch, but now time to get back to the ballpark as we bring it to you here this evening. Lean it off, Luis Verdugo, 9-1-2, due up against Elmacar Chineros. About set to go. The windup and the pitch, and that one's going to be a ball right there. He'll jump throw in time, and that is out number one. Boy, one pitch, one out here in this half inning. Clay Dungan, the next batter up for San Antonio, comes in. Boy, just tell you one thing, it comes in a variety of sorts of these runs. San Antonio getting, boy, that grand slam by Braden Carpathios. Shortstop Clay Dungan coming in 2 for 4 of the night. 6 runs in the bottom of the third, 3 on the bottom of the fourth. That one's a high pop-up straightaway center. And that goes directly to the center fielder as he had to race over, make the grab, and that is out number 2. Boy, San Antonio doing pretty good tonight. First game back home since Midland. Well, the Rockhounds taking this 9 games on the road. Northwest Arkansas for 3 and 6 in Wichita.
Nope, that's a ball.
Arkansas getting that short 3-game series there in Arkansas tonight before they take on Midland. That one is high fly in the air, straight away, left field. Boy, that is going to carry right to the base of the wall. And that ends the half inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. But they strand the runner, and we head to the 8th inning. And San Antonio leads it 13-6. Joseph Sullivan leads it to the top of the 8th we go as we get ready for the last half innings here this evening. Right now for the San Antonio Baseball Network. Joseph Sullivan leading it off against Evan Federer, 2, 3, and 4, top of the 8th inning. We welcome you back to the game here in San Antonio, and that one's lofted high in the air, straight to center field, Kai Roberts, as he'll make the play for out number 1. Garrett Golamente coming in is 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts tonight. Boy, a lot of runs come in, and so far these runs are crucial to this first game of the start of this second half. And that one's going to be right there, and that's an in for a cold strike on the 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. 2 up, 2 down, and now Corpus Christi down to their final 4 outs. Trevor Austin, the third baseman, 1 for 3, triple last time around. Hooks have struggled offensively in this game. And tell you one thing, they have, 7 runs trailing San Antonio tonight. That is in for a strike, and it's 0-2, but they're going to challenge to see where that one is, and that call is still going to uphold 0-2. Don't really think he liked that call, but evidently the home plate umpire, Jeff Andrews, makes those decisions. So that will do, as, boy, that will pretty much be it. Bottom half of the 8th inning, 13-6. San Antonio leads it. Julio Rodriguez will be a new right-hander on the mound for Corpus Christi when we come back here in this one. Well, about set to go for the bottom of the 8th inning here in San Antonio tonight. But first, the proud sponsor shoutouts here in this half inning. We go to West Creek Trail Rides as we give Benji Hernandez and Lana Whale, the two managers of West Creek Trail Rides, the special shoutouts here in this one. They both run the ranches and they have the trail horses ready to go for you when you arrive. Make sure you come by and visit us there at West Creek Trail Rides. Proud sponsor of Missions Baseball since 2024 and a great partnership with those two organizations as well. Well, we're back here at the ballpark as Julio Rodriguez, right-hander, comes in for Corpus Christi. Getting the game one of tonight. Ethan Salas coming in, 2 for 4, a double, single, and 2 runs as we lead it off to the bottom half of the 8th inning here for San Antonio tonight. Don't forget our two teams continue the series tomorrow, 7:05 our first pitch, Sunday night at 7:05, and then our off day on Monday, visiting Frisco Rough Riders in town Tuesday through Sunday next week. 4,422 in tonight's attendance. Wow, what a great crowd we see. Well, Texas League scores. Wichita leading Arkansas 5-3, bottom of the 6th. Tulsa leading Frisco 4-3, bottom of 6. Midland leading Northwest Arkansas 6-5, top of the 7th inning. San Antonio leading 13-6, bottom of 8. Then Amarillo leading a 3-run lead against Springfield 6-3, top of the 7th. Pretty good for the Sod Poodles. Last week they had 6 against Arkansas. Well, 2 down here in this game, and San Antonio down to their final out here tonight. Here's Braden Carpathios. 5 RBIs, 3 runs, 3 for 4, 2 those home runs. Going to tell you what, it's been one heck of an evening thus far for both sides, even though San Antonio has led all the way since the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And right there, that is in for a code strike. It's 1-1. So after tonight, 2 games left with Corpus Christi. 6 with Frisco, 6 with Amarillo, 6 with Springfield, 6 at Frisco, 6 with Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, Midland, and Amarillo. And that will definitely close off this second half as well. Well, that will be the play made, and that does it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. 9th inning coming up, 3 to do, as San Antonio looks to clinch this first on the home side here at home. Kellen Strom will lead to the top of the 9th inning, and so far we will be right back here in this one. Well, we head to the top half of the ninth inning here for Corpus Christi. Right now it's for the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Kellen Strom coming in now, 5'6", due up against Evan Fitterer as we lead it off. The first pitch is out of play, foul. It's 0-1. Nighttime here in San Antonio on this Friday night. Join us this weekend as we have the baseball games. Friday through Sunday, this first 3 games yet to the second half start. The 0-2. And that one is out of play. It's 0-2, still hanging on. 13-6. Boy, San Antonio just really good. And right there, swung on and missed. Down goes Kellen Strom for the first out. And that is 11 strikeouts for free breakfast on the bun, courtesy of Whataburger. So make sure you get your double meat cheeseburger coupons, courtesy of Whataburger, and your free breakfast on the bun, courtesy of Whataburger as well. Whataburger served hot and fresh 24/7 for all of San Antonio, for surrounding cities where you have a Whataburger near you. Ty Whitaker in for the count now, 0-1. Taco Bell is also a proud sponsor of Missions Baseball. Don't forget, as we take on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders next week, we'll be back to our normal Thursday and Fridays with Flying Chanclas. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that's going to be high fly in the air straight away. That's down through for a base hit. And Corpus Christi trying to get something going here to this half inning. But most evidently, they're coming in. And one man down, one on. Here is Jason Chavalone as he comes in. Takes out a strike, gets the count now, 0-1. 1 for 3 double and a run by Chavalone. As he's tonight's Corpus Christi catcher. The pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And he's going to go for third, and he is safely there. Boy, first and third now, one man down. Trying to get something going. Here is Marcus Brown, 1 for 3. As he'll take a strike inside, it's 0-1. 1 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs to the home run. Here's the 0-1 offering. High pop up straight away. And that's going to be it. The runner tagging up. And in time as he beats it. And now a run in the score, making it a 6-run lead. A new score, San Antonio 13, Corpus Christi 7. Yamal Encarnacion being the last out here in this one.
Ball, that's down.
Change up downstairs is 1 ball and no strikes. And they're going to intentionally walk him, so that will be the automatic balk. And now we'll head to the top of the lineup. Max Holy coming in, the second baseman, 1 for 4, triple and a run. 8, 9, and 10 hitters due up here in this one. The pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit. And here he comes to the plate. And the run scores in. Now they're chipping the deficit. Boy, with only 1 out and 2 left for Corpus Christi tonight, they are pulling up now to some hits and some runs getting in. Joseph Sullivan coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Should I say 2 outs on that one, but evidently with 2 outs, 2-1. And now 13-8 is our ball game. That's a swing and a miss. And here's the 0-2, and that one is outside, 1 and 2. So they're going to, oh boy, look at that. They're going to intentionally walk him. Now that'll load up the bases. Garrett Golamente coming in is 0 for 4 and 4 strikeouts. Here's a pitch. High pop up straight away, shortstop. And this should do it. And San Antonio wins it. Well, the danger has been well averted tonight as the bases were loaded. But the Missions will take the 13-8 victory. And they will, first time around, there's a second half, clinch this one. Jagger Haynes is the win on the mound. Evan Fitterer takes the save. JP France will get the loss for Corpus Christi. Final score, 13-8. San Antonio wins it. Boy, and so far now that will be win number 42 for the Missions. And then that will be the 48th for Corpus Christi. 48th loss for the Hooks. But anyway, a pretty good night thus far for this team coming home from Midland. As you look at your final line score, there it is one more time. Here into this one is pretty good. Well, anyway, that was a fun game. I'm glad we're back home, and gotta say, just sad that Bob ain't gonna be here through this 9-game homestand, but he'll join us back when we go to Amarillo this next week. And so far, it's gonna be a pretty good one when he comes back and will tell us everything that went on. And so far this weekend, they are going to Berry Ann, but we are going to give Bob the time that he needs to just recuperate after his wife's death and stuff. And so far, we want him to just have some time off. Just give it to him, and continuously we'll keep him in prayers for the stuff that's been going on. And I gotta say, it's been one of them things. But anyway, as we get going out of this broadcast tonight, boy, San Antonio, 4 runs, bottom of the first inning, 6 in the third, 3 in the bottom of the fourth, and that propels San Antonio to a 13-8 final here tonight. Braden Carpathios, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs to a home run. And boy, this guy, first grand slam by Carpathios. And that is 12 tacos for all of the fans of San Antonio. Boy, get a coupon, take that to Taco Bell, and you got free lunch on us. That is a win-win for everybody. Jagger Haynes takes the W for San Antonio. Evan Fitterer gets the save. And JP France, as we said before, takes the loss for Corpus Christi. And so far, what a night it's been for these two teams. Well, anyway, got to say, game 1 of this second half is done. And don't forget, our two teams back at it tomorrow at 7:05 as we get ready for Saturday night baseball. I guess we could make a exception as we have post-game fireworks. So anyway, Missions will dress up as the Flying Chanclas tomorrow. And so far, we are definitely going to give y'all at least one day of that this week and then 2 next week, so we don't cut off the 3 times we're supposed to see them in this 9-game homestand. So San Antonio wears their Flying Chanclas gear tomorrow evening And then Sunday, back to their normal home white uniforms, getting in to this one. Well, anyway, hope everybody has had a pretty good time during tonight's game. And so far, our game time at 3 hours and 18 minutes. Boy, that is a game that we will definitely see as long in the Texas League here in this one, because normally a game would go 2 hours and 48 minutes. Well, let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 13 runs, 18 hits, and no errors. For Corpus Christi, 8 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. As I said before, 3 hours and 18 minutes our total game time here in this one. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, tomorrow is game 2. And so far, we can't wait to see y'all again as we get ready to go in this one. For all of us here, I hope everybody has a good night. We'll see y'all again tomorrow as we go live at 7:05, getting ready to go. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. See y'all tomorrow.